Students struggling to perform basic subtraction under Common Core standards. Take a look at this.
32 minus 12. 12 plus 3 equals 15. 15 plus 5 equals 20. 20 plus 10 equals 30. 30 plus 2 equals 32. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 10 is 18, plus 2 is 20. 32 minus 12 equals 20. What do you think of that?
That was extra difficult for no reason.
What? That's crazy. The video's creator is back. He is Caleb Bonham, and he is with Campus Reform. He's the editor-in-chief. Welcome back, Caleb. I thought that was just amazing what you did in the field. And we've been telling people for months here that once people start to understand Common Core, they are not going to like it, and that's what the polls are bearing out. 60% now against Common Core, and the top reason it limits teachers' flexibility. That's one of the numbers we're seeing tonight. What do you make of these polls? Do you agree with this analysis?
Oh, that's what we're seeing at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform. We're having parents come to us and really shocked at what they're finding. But what I found to be interesting is how quickly this has happened. A year ago, Gallup had a similar poll that indicated very few people understood or knew of Common Core. But 1 year later, this year, 80% of people knew of Common Core. And as you said, 60% disapproved. And that includes teachers. The shocking thing is, teachers last year approved of the Common Core curriculum by 76%. This year, 46% of teachers approve, and disapproval among teachers has more than tripled. And it's because I think there's a grassroots effort going around, videos like that and homework assignments that are being posted that have people shaking their heads.
Shaking your heads and wondering, how in the holy heck did they come up with this? I want to show some of the tweets out there. These are from mom and dads all over the country whose kids are in these Common Core programs, just to show you what the homework looks like. Look at this one, and this is from @Mom2LexCole. Cole's homework tonight, no explanations, just this. I want to show you the page the kid brings home, and mom's trying to figure out what the heck is going on there. Nobody can figure it out. Caleb, when you look at this kind of thing, what do you see? Total confusion?
I do see total confusion. I'm going to read you a quick Common Core problem. It was fascinating to me. It says one bridge is 412 feet long and the other bridge is 206 feet long. Which bridge is longer and how do you know? This was brought forward in the media by a parent that looked at that and said, well, that's a silly question. But the how do you know? She was unable to help her child out because they weren't looking for a mathematical explanation as to how one bridge is longer than the other. They were looking for the child to use Common Core approved language and write it out in a sentence.
Oh,
that's not math.
Come on. I mean, that part is like intuitive and silly, right? I mean, I don't get that at all. What is the point of that?
Well, it is intuitive. It's very silly, but that's why we're seeing such high disapproval numbers among parents, among teachers even. Teachers' unions are outraged about this. 5 states have actively pulled out of Common Core already or are working in the process of pulling out, and 19 other states are decreasing their participation in Common Core, and it's because of problems like that.
I want to show another one of these tweets, and this is from @Nicole. And this is funny. She says kids can't learn 6 times 8 equals 48 anymore. It's 6 times 8 equals 5 plus 1 times 8. Why? Why? It's just confusing, and there's no real reason. What's the improvement in the educational learning that kind of analysis gives you? I don't see it.
Well, I don't see any improvement. I think that's why this has, in a year, gone from a very unknown sort of state standard initiative that was being pushed. Yes, it had other influences, to being an explosive national political issue. I mean, we've seen a movement rise up using social media against this thing, and it's because there's not a whole lot of academic benefit from this. There's definitely a political purpose here. And real quick, Campus Reform reported on one of the writers of Campus Reform. He said that one of the writers of Common Core, and he said that he wrote Common Core to decrease white privilege. That has people shaking their heads.
I don't understand that either. All of this is just confounding to me. And I think parents feel the same way. And they're worried about what their kids are learning and if it's ever going to be useful. Now, I want to bring up one other thing that just happened. There's been a lot of governors out there who've said they don't, Bobby Jindal in Louisiana, have said they don't like this program. They don't want to go along with it. Jindal went against this program in the courts in Louisiana. He just got knocked down. What's going to happen with that? You know, we see all these governors. We're showing pictures of them right now. Rick Perry, Scott Walker, all over the country protesting this program. Are they going to be able to push back?
Well, they're actively pushing. Like I said, 19 states are looking to decrease participation, and of those 5 that are trying to pull out or have already, that's a bipartisan list of governors. And, you know, in the case of Jindal, he had put a suspension on Department of Education contracts that had been put in place, but he admitted it was in part because he wanted to undermine Common Core. So we're seeing people take strong stances against this, and they're doing so because they're hearing from their constituents.
Well, you know, I could go on and on with this. On this thing, so amazing. Caleb, thanks for coming on.